Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. I'm with Bob Baldocchi, the Chief Marketing Officer at Emser. Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Kemp.
I wanted to talk to you about your 50th anniversary that you're celebrating this year. Most people know that Emser is one of the big three importer distributors of tile, stone, and slabs, and about 70% of your business is flooring, right?
That's about correct, Tim.
The company's been growing fast. How many distribution centers do you have now?
We're up to 75 locations, branch locations across the country, and we have 4 major distribution centers, one in Virginia, one in South Florida, one in Ontario, California, and one in Houston, Texas. And each of those facilities is around 500 to 600,000 square feet.
I was just at Total Solutions and talked about the tile market, which is most of your focus, and was finding out that thanks to the strength of the dollar, that imports were up, domestic production was down, and the business was growing 2 to 3%. But you guys are actually growing faster than that, right?
We are. Our growth is a nice double-digit growth for this year. We're excited about it, and a lot of that comes from the fact that we've been growing so quickly with our new branches. When we opened up that 75th branch this year.
Where was the most recent branch you opened?
Fort Myers, Florida.
And so you live on the West Coast. You went to Berkeley to school, and you worked for Disney, Seiko, even Federated Stores for a while, but you've been with Emser for about 12 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Share with us the story of Emser's beginning 50 years ago.
You know, Emser started, in 1968. We had a company that was built on 4 different businesses. You had real estate, you had rugs, you had fabrics, and you had tile. And over the years, the company really looked at tile as the avenue for growth, while the fabric business was a domestic business, high-end business that went overseas. The rug business was a very high-end Persian rug business that sold to the highest-end department stores. And when that went to machine-made, handmade, machine-made, they figured that the best avenue was to focus in on the tile business. And that's really where the success has come over the last 20, 25 years.
Mm-hmm. Was it porcelain first and then stone? Or
really, we were known as a stone company back in the day. We were stone, heavy commercial, department store business, and eventually moved into production build business, retail business, more ceramics, into the decorative category. And it just really evolved over the years. And that's really been a lot of fun to watch it and see that unfold, especially the last 12 years for me.
Okay. I know you're privately held. Give us some feel for how we can understand the magnitude of Emser's footprint here in the United States.
Well, when you think in terms of our sales and design centers across the country, like I said, with 75 of them, they go all the way from New Jersey down to Miami. They go all the way across the country to San Diego and up to Seattle, and we fill in the country from there. Those distribution centers, they're 500,000-600,000 square feet in scope. They feed those 75 markets on a daily basis. And well over 1,000 employees and growing, and we've added a couple hundred employees every year, and that growth has really been what's fueling our success. And we service some of the biggest customers in the country. Whether it's our NFA customers who are super important to us, and some of the best retail partners we have, all the way to a production build environment where we service customers like Lennar, KB Homes, Meritage, and exclusive relationships.
So how have you celebrated this year for your 50th?
It's really been about our people. It's about recognizing, reflecting upon what got us here in the 50 years, making sure that we learn from what we did well, we learn from what we didn't do well, and we apply all those principles in our culture and our philosophies in the next 50. But it's really been about celebrating with our customers, with our employees, pausing for a moment just to revel in the fact that 50 years is an accomplishment in this industry to be around that long, but we're really not sitting too much on the past as much as we're really looking towards the future and what's setting us up for the next 50.
We know about the LVT being one of the fastest growing categories now. What are some of the hurdles that you guys face for growth moving forward?
I think it's just the markets. You've got a lot of things in the business that says, household formations are still growing. You've got a healthy economy, relatively speaking. You do have pockets of markets where affordability has been challenging, where labor restraints have been challenging. But overall, our growth is coming from the fact that we're just continuing to grow organically. Our market space, our reach, we're getting to new customers every single day, servicing the ones we have better and better every day. And so our growth is going to come from the industry's growth in total, which will expand. We've seen a lot of expansion in the use of tile, where tile is getting used on the walls and indoor, outdoor. I don't think there's any slowdown in this category right now. I think that there is more competitors in the space in terms of materials, but I just don't think the use of tile is slowing down and will slow down in any near future here. It's too much growth happening.
People who know this business well know that there's 3 companies very similar, you being one of them, that are really growing fast. What sets Emser apart?
I think it's our model of service. We built our business on the idea that we had to service the customer in the local markets while giving them the benefits of a national company. Those local sales and service centers that we have in the markets are really meant to be extensions of our customers' business. By having people on the ground in the market, there for them every day, is really what separates us. That service model, you couldn't manage a production build environment, much less the local retailer, in the manner in which they want to be serviced if you don't have feet right there in their backyard ready to take care of them. So we built our model around that. And when you start with service, and then you build a quality product, and then you offer fantastic selections, I think it's just a great opportunity for us to really be in front of these customers with what they need, when they need it, how they need it. And it gives us flexibility.
You know, one of the big news items this year is these 25% tariffs out of China. You guys source from all over the world, so while that might have some impact, it won't be a huge deterrent, will it?
No. Our supply chain team has been sourcing all over the world. We're in over 75 factories in 20 countries. And what that's enabled us to do is to move things around as we felt like we needed to. We find the best partners to manufacture the design concepts and ideas that we kind of envisioned in the space. And when we find that partner that can do what we want to do, we latch onto it. And so we're very diversified. We like it that way. We love the flexibility, our capacities. We don't have capacity challenges and restraints. And it's served us really well over the years. It's a model we love. Okay, Bob, it was good to catch up with you. Again, been talking to Bob Baldocchi, the Chief Marketing Officer at Emser, about their 50th anniversary. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.